All right.
Just guys, to fill you in real quick, and then we'll get back to a little bit about the track and let these guys get out of here. Train had an unfortunate situation, which he approached me with immediately this morning. So thanks, Train. His a birthday party that he had planned for his family members, a month in the works, had to change times with the restaurant and people that were coordinating this. So the time change was right in his bracket. So we got him done an hour early before the tournament started. And what you're seeing is his run previously recorded, just so everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
Lorcan's off to a good start.
Lorcan is playing very well. I'm sorry about the a little bit unfortunate situation that sometimes a part of his bike is clipping below the screen. That is a side effect of a very improvised setup. But I think he is he's trying to make a name for himself here and not fault at all.
Everybody on solid runs.
Lorcan is definitely one of those players that would be capable of pulling out a 0 here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And we'll obviously go over, but there's obviously some of these guys have already zeroed this track outside of the tournament.
Have they?
Yes.
Wow. What they got to do with pressure?
I'll zero in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have
So anyway, yeah. If anybody doesn't have questions for Dave, we're gonna let him get out of here. He's on like little to no sleep. But again, we just want to thank Dave for putting together all this this stuff for the tournament, and basically, doing it in very, very little time with high quality work. So thanks a lot, Dave. Your work has gone noticed, and you're obviously one of the most considerate people for doing this for me. I really appreciate it, and obviously one of the best builders in the game. So we really, really appreciate you and the community, and thanks for everything you've done.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Big GG.
All right. Thanks to you guys. Harder to plan the tournament than to build a track.
Yeah, no problem, man. We appreciate your help for sure.
Alright then, I'm gonna go anyway because I'm really tired.
Yeah, I
Okay,
guess I'm
Dave.
late, man.
We'll talk to you soon, buddy. Take care.
Bye, Dave.
Catch you later.
Later.
All right, Lorcan had his first
guys.
very unfortunate fault on checkpoint 3, question mark?
I believe it was.
Yeah, and he did a little bit of a wiggle of complaint on the ground before resetting. But he looks to be aiming to not increase his fault count at all, as he's playing very cautiously. Zar, in the meantime, did struggle a bit on checkpoint 1, has gotten past it now, and is doing pretty good, moving up in the track. He has now passed Train as well. Lorcan on the big endo climb that some people choose to do with
Solid.
with a brake climb. One of the trickier sections of the track. Should prove no problem for Lorcan though, as he is arguably top 4, top 5 people in the game total.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And a stylish backflip to match Darkside's backflip earlier.
Okay, let me see.
Lorcan is smashing this.
Yes.
Yes, he is
Definitely
really
is.
performing well.
He's taking his time setting this up. This is a very finesse-based jump, so to speak. You do have to wiggle between two levels of throttle, so to speak, as you go up there to get enough speed. Oh!
Absolutely.
And he falls back down and unfortunately lands on top of the bomb.
Oh, that is very unfortunate.
Oh no.
Yeah, That's a difficult place to get stuck if you didn't get the momentum from the first jump.
That it is.
Oh no.
Alright, it's having another go here. 3 faults in. Oh, and he's at the top. Needs to get the little burst of speed to get his front wheel on top of it. He does it with a weird kind of... Was that a squish or was that not a squish? That wasn't very easy to tell.
I think it was a little teeny one. Yeah, like it...
It's almost like he squished
stuff.
only using the throttle, and now he's at the top. Easy GG for Lorcan.
Wow.
That was just a good burst right on the corner, which is...
That was a fantastic showing. 3
Great
falls
run, buddy.
in 6:02.353. Very well done.
Very well done.
GG.
352, got it. Okay. Let's check these other guys out.
Alright. Meanwhile, Train and Zar on basically the same fault count. Zar is 1 checkpoint ahead.
My
Train's having-
apologies, I am back. I had food arrive.
That is fine.
Brake climb can be a bit tricky, but when you get it, boy does it feel good.
Yeah, Train did get it. Now he's struggling on the next little part, just above it. Very sensitive throttle needed here as well. My god, my palms are sweating profusely just looking at this, imagining myself in the same position.
Yes.
Do you know, I don't think I'd want to imagine myself playing this track because I know how much swearing I'd be doing. But yeah, this track, it does separate the where throttle climb's concerned. It just does separate those that are consistent with the throttle from those that aren't, and it separates them by, it can be a big difference as well. So those that have performed really well on the back wheel, front wheel, may not perform so well on this because they are both unique talents for each of them. Skills, that's the word. I really can't talk today, can I?
It has been a long weekend, and I can feel that all of us commentators are having a little bit of a struggle. Of tiredness, I suppose.
Yeah, in all honesty, I've been sat in this chair so much over the past 3 days, every time I get up now, I have to peel myself off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave that in your imaginations, guys.
Yeah, I think my butt has permanently become part of this chair now, as well.
For sure.
So we've, according to my screen, we've got MrTrane with 7 faults and ZarZrakk with 11. They're not moving forward at a great rate at the present, but both are very consistent riders.
Very, very consistent.
So has anyone in chat got any questions or anything like that? We need to know. I'll take that as a no then, guys.
I would assume so.
Bruce Wayne is asking, Brad, will you have my babies?
I've already had them and I've eaten them. They tasted very, very nice. But thank you.
Feel free to send more in the mail. Preferably pre-seasoned.
But yeah, marinated as well. Want them slightly marinated. Some angle changes appear like tire glitches, but I don't think they are. Ooh. I put some pepper on them. I don't like pepper. In fact, I don't. When I have food, now it's been mentioned, I don't eat salt or pepper because I'm weird.
You tried different types of peppers?
Sorry?
You tried different types of peppers?
No, it's just white pepper and black pepper is a rule I don't have. Not the actual vegetable peppers.
I know that. What I mean, but there's other pepper, like types of pepper other than just black.
Oh, I just generally don't season my food at all. I don't even have sauce with it, unless it's really dry.
Huh.
I just like the natural. What's the word?
Yeah. I'd like to just butt in real quick and say that we're getting comments from both Lorcan and Scott that they haven't found any tire glitches in the track whatsoever. There are no... they haven't found any building error tire glitches, mind you. Tire glitches that are caused purely because of physics and that are unavoidable will still happen. And I do believe that there is... that Cabbage confirmed in a private chat earlier that there is one slight possible tire glitch, but it's not in a climb, it's on top of a platform. So it will never affect anyone in a bad way. Kevin says he found one. I'm gonna say that's probably the one he found. So even though it has looked like tire glitches a couple of times earlier, that's not really what we're seeing, I don't think, a lot of the time.
So I think what we're seeing is there's a couple of CPs that have some awkward angles to vertical walls. And it can feel like you're tire glitching, because if you don't hit that angle right, you kind of just fall off the wall. And I can see people thinking that might be a tire glitch, but nah, it's just a hard angle change.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that the track is perfect. I highly doubt the track is perfect. I highly doubt any track in this game is perfect, so to speak. But I think you'll get... I don't think there's a large chance of anyone getting building-related tire glitches.
Absolutely. There's no glaring tire glitches. At least we did not experience any from testing, and according to Lorcan and Scott, there aren't any either. So, but I mean, fusion is fusion, so you can get screwed sometimes.
I think a tire glitch can appear anywhere at any given time because it's a graphical issue, not a physics issue, and it's where the graphics come into contact with the physics and it causes the bike to do strange things. So they can appear anywhere, but they appear more on certain objects than others, and as far as I'm aware, Dave hasn't used any of the objects that create a lot of tire glitches.
Oh, train just slipped again on the hard part of this checkpoint.
Oh, but ZarZrakk has just finished with 13 minutes 39.908.
Very nice. GG.
Very nice, Zark.
How many
Very
faults
nice.
did you have? I didn't take note of that, I'm sorry.
Today is a lot
Well,
harder than the
ask him.
previous 2 days,
14
also
faults.
because everything is happening in a
14.
row. We're not having breathers in
Thank you, sir.
between. 7 on checkpoint 1, that's very unfortunate, Zar. It's fantastic run, though. 14 faults in total is not bad on this.
Absolutely, yeah.
I would like to just say, on behalf of the commentator team here, today is a little bit harder for us than the previous 2 days have been, because everything is running in a row here. We haven't had any real breathers. So bear with us. Hopefully we'll get a breather at some point.
Yes, we are working on the times now. Thank you for your patience. the website updates.
I think we hit a good balance this track. We didn't want it to be easily zeroed, but we also wanted everybody to pass, and I know some people didn't, but I think a lot of that was just nerves.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
They're absolutely capable of getting good runs.
Looking
Yeah,
at the
for sure.
leaderboard, that
Sure.
is definitely the case.
I mean,
Without a doubt.
take into account that it's not just the pressure of being in a tournament and trying to get a good run. It's just they only get one run, so that's one thing taken away from them. They don't get several attempts at it. The second is that they're on stream and people are watching, and they've got that pressure as well, and they need to perform to a crowd as well as get a decent run in a multiplayer environment where you still get faults on CP1. So there's multiple pressures there for them.
Yeah, and some people definitely do better with like compartmentalizing that versus others. And that would definitely play a factor.
Without a doubt.
I mean, some people thrive off the pressure as well, where they become better. And it's not very often, and I don't think we witnessed it here, but you got to turn that negative energy into a positive energy. Because you've got that feeling inside you, you might as well use it for the good.
Yeah, Lorcan is one of those players I feel that strives in these kind of environments.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Lorcan in his single player endeavors as well have a tendency to sometimes get very frustrated at the track and use that energy to his benefit. If you know what I mean. I wouldn't even say frustrated at the track, because he himself has also clearly stated that even though he vents his frustration towards the track, it's not really at the track. It's just a way for him to have an outlet for his frustration.
He definitely associates with the dark side, channeling the hate.
I think we can all relate with expressing frustration towards a track, just as an outlet.
For sure.
And
I know I do it, that's for sure.
we can see MrTrane getting frustrated. He said in chat himself now this CP start was killing him. And he's asking if other people braked as soon as they hit the vertical part of the climb.
I'm trying to avoid talking about any intended techniques because I don't want to give people unfair advantages.
That's a good point.
If people in the chat want to speak their minds, then absolutely, but I feel like it'd be inappropriate if I said anything, so...
Well, what we can say is that we've seen multiple approaches to a lot of these transitions from angles and from flat to inclines and all that.
That's correct, yes. And some approaches might be more suitable than others, so...
Yeah.
I mean, even though MrTrane is coming up to 18 minutes into the track, he still has very, very low faults, so he's been doing a lot of saving as well. So we've got to commend him for that. It's
Ooh.
What?
He
You were
just
going to say
reset.
something, Blix?
Yeah, he just reset there. Just as you were saying he's done a lot of saving, he avoided the save and did a reset instead.
I think there comes a time in the track where if you've gone beyond a certain time limit, you've got to start thinking about finishing the track and saying goodbye to your low faults as well.
That's true.
Very true.
And MrTrane said in chat here, I was getting frustrated with the saves and had to start saving time, so meaning he started using the B button a little more. Or the circle button if you're on PlayStation.
Yeah, that's one of the unfortunate things with climbing track is that there's going to be a lot of saves, and we felt that it's better to be able to save a lot rather than we kill you for failing.
Exactly.
That's why a lot of stuff is savable, and some parts are intentionally, not savable, like the middle part of the CP, for example. Well, it is still savable, but much, much harder. And we tested every CP start with knowing that people will fall back down and not have a very specific starting point like a CP. So that
I get you.
Yeah, so if that makes sense, so because you're gonna have a variable starting position, and we wanted to still try to make every start consistent. So keep that in mind. You might find good techniques for the starts.
Yeah, because a lot of the times when Red Links especially and riders build tracks, they do it so you can make the jump or the next part of the transition from the CP. And
Yeah.
I didn't know until you just told me now that it wasn't from the CP. So yeah, that does add an extra bit of difficulty to it.
It is from the CP, but we also made sure that there were techniques and things you could use to gauge like where the ideal-ish starting point would be to be consistent. And so people who thought about that and took the time to figure them out would, I think, have a pretty good advantage.
Yeah, so if anyone's wondering where half of our commentators have gone, they are updating the leaderboards on the website as we speak, I believe.
Yeah, sorry guys. That's
Yes,
why
I am. Yes,
been
sorry
quiet.
guys. We're doing some maths in the background.
I'm quick math. That's the biggest reason why I'm so quiet, because I'm trying to crunch time over here.
Jake, what do you mean?
I've been putting in my riders' scores on the leaderboards on the website to help you.
Oh, you're in WordPress?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I remembered like 30 minutes
I didn't
ago
know
that
if
I
you
had
would
an account.
remember.
Yes,
Yeah,
I did. That was my fault. I would have helped you this entire time, but I completely forgot.
No worries, man.
I had to scroll back in my phone on this and find the screenshot where I screenshot my login. But yeah, I've just been putting in my riders stuff, so I'm
I got
trying
it.
to minimize like overlap or any issues.
Right, so guys, in case you're wondering who's coming up next, we've got Kevin number 1 and Mr. Freeze.
Mr.
Again,
Freeze.
I just want to remind everyone he is not an artist.
Not correct.
If
Not
you
an
need
artist.
any art done, don't contact Freeze.
Do not.
And Blix, I
call
think we
Fookin.
are we're gonna get 2 or 3 minutes behind. I think again, just so we're aware.
That is fine.
I got Shane on the invite, so you just let me know when we're good to go.
Oh, is Shane ready now, is he?
We're gonna wait for trains run, and then yes.
Okay, so we've also got Shane up next as well. If
Yes, I'm
everything-
sorry.
Right.
We moved Shane to this group for the
I
day.
forgot about that.
So Shane's gonna be in group 9, that's right. Does that mean
Correct.
that I'm getting Kevin? Or
No,
are we solving
No,
it in...
we're good.
Okay,
We're good.
Okay, we're good.
no, we're good.
Because Freeze is on PC.
5-2.
So, remind me, Kevin is on PS4?
Correct.
Correct.
Right, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So, if anybody in the chat has any questions for Jukes, he has prior engagements. He's gonna get out of here pretty quickly. But I did want to go on record and say big shout out to Jukes. Really, really appreciate your help. You've been instrumental in making this happen. You have required absolutely no assistance. You've done stuff on your own. You've taken initiatives, just like everybody else who has helped with this tournament. So I cannot thank you enough. You have been an integral part of this. So and again, you had to kind of bow out of the tournament. I know the tournament deal is not your thing, but again, we had preferred that you performed in the tournament, but you stepped aside, and when you did, I asked for your help, and you gave it to us graciously. So thanks again, man. Really appreciate you. Your skills and your humbleness and your willing to help everybody in the community is very well known, I think, across the boards here. So thanks again, Jukes. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, Jukes.
Actually, Kevin brings up a good point. He can't connect to me.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Over the past 2 days,
That's right.
we've struggled to connect for some reason, because of which we've had a divorce and we're selling the house.
Big rip.
But MrTrane
Big
struggling with the subject
PlayStation.
now. 60 65 faults on my screen. I'm not sure how in front or behind I am.
67. Pretty much right on cue, just about.
Yeah, so
Kevin
I've got.
said he's taking all your money, for the record.
I want
Okay,
to
we're
point
gonna
out.
actually. So Jukes, you're good to go. You don't have anywhere to be.
No, I don't have anywhere to go.
Okay, cool. You're gonna
cool.
you're gonna stay and help us out.
You're gonna sit your ass right there and help.
I want to point out that we didn't have a lot of testers for this, so it's very hard
Yeah,
to,
well, I
gauge
kind of
stuff.
tried to convey that already. Yeah.
But I want to say that if some people do not like the tracks, do not blame Dave. It was definitely a lot of my doing as well.
So basically,
Well, again,
blame
you know,
Jukes.
Blame me if you want, whatever you want.
It's a very tough
I'm
decision,
okay with
you know,
that.
because we're trying to put together something that's going to work well, that's going to be successful, that's going to test people on certain criterias, that's going to test people all over the globe on certain criterias of a very difficult game to begin with. So we don't have to tell you that how many moving parts there are in this, and I think we got pretty damn close. So and that comes down to the writers, the game designers. Everything goes into something like this being successful. So again, I appreciate all of you very, very much. So yeah, absolutely.
And I agree that we might have missed the mark a little bit on the qualifier, but I think this track turned out pretty dang good.
I think we made up for it.
Yeah,
I think so.
definitely at least try to learn from mistakes.
That's it. That's
Yep,
all you
that's all we can do, right?
I'm really willing MrTrane over this obstacle now because he's after such a strong start. He started struggling. So come on, get over this one. Come on. Oh,
He was in a very
on my screen.
Train was in a very tight spot, like that was mentioned earlier, having to change times due to some prior engagements, changing times in his personal life. So it put him in a tough spot, and he basically had to just hop in multiplayer after a little bit of practice and grind
Train
it
is
out and
sticking
leave.
it.
So
He got it. He got the ending of the checkpoint.
Yes.
Oh,
nice.
very nice.
GG's Train.
GG's.
Hey,
What
just
a
real
relief.
quick while we're on Train before we get these other guys in, he shot me a private message in Discord. He's got to go to his event now, but he wanted me to read something for you guys, if you don't mind, in his behalf. Is
Go
that
right
cool?
ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, this is straight from MrTrane. He says, "Hey guys, don't know where to start, but wanted to thank you all for this GOAT tourney that I could thankfully be a part of. This has been one of the greatest experiences in 3 days in my trials career. I can't thank enough to ColoradoFlats, Bradders, Santa, and CavemanDave, Jukes, Blixish, whoever took part in this to make it happen. And thank you to all the great riders out there as well for the great show and competition. This has been really massive, and you guys pulled runs beyond my imagination under such big pressure. Thanks to the great viewers who held there with us for the long 3 days. And at last, thanks for this damn great trials community, the best one I have ever seen. Love to you all. Peace. Take care. Thanks. I'm out."
GG,
Very,
Train.
very nice. Probably one of the most
Train.
nicest, humble guys I've ever met in my life. And there's a lot of guys out there in this community. So,
Very nice. Big pass, Train.
Way to-
GG.
way to make me try to cry, but I don't do that very often. So good luck.